Hey guys, it's Alex with Forever Flawless Lips, and
I'm Jess, the lip sensei.
so we are on a team together. Jess signed up under me about a little over a month ago, and she's someone I never expected to sell, so I never even tried to recruit her. I never even tried to sell her lip sense, honestly. We traded lip sense for a dress. She has
a vintage shop.
Yeah, she has an upcycle shop. And so I
traded Blackberry for a Gunny Sacks 1970s
like the cutest
maxi
dress.
Super cute.
Anyways, but so she signed up. So I kind of wanted to give you guys like an unbiased. It's not just my opinion. I wanted to just do. It's not scripted. We did a take one, but then there was like a dog that ran through and kids and screaming and just normal life stuff. So we're gonna do take two, and it'll probably be shorter because we're not gonna be like having all these weird things happen. But I wanted to kind of interview someone else and just give you some honest answers to some of the questions that I get, just since people kind of think that I have a biased opinion on things. So let's talk about how you started, kind of like what made you want to sell lip sense.
Okay, well, first I was introduced to lip sense at a women's conference a few months ago. I borrowed mulled wine, I think it was, from somebody, and she explained to me it's lip sense, so this is how you apply it, and I got it on my face, and then basically 2 days went by and it didn't come off. Like, I forgot it was there, and several hours later I was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing on my cup, and like, and I didn't have any oops remover, I didn't have anything to take it off with, so I just left it, and it stayed for 2 days. And so I remember going, wow, that stuff's legit. The stuff I heard about at all these little fairs and things is the real deal. So that's kind of how I was introduced to lip sense. Well, then discovered that Alex was selling it, and I was like, that's a legitimate resource, because she has never been someone who's like inauthentic and like, I don't know, you're not a sales lady just to be a sales lady. Like,
Nope.
Always been really full of conviction. So I was like, okay, well, so I kind of just watched her get like really, just do really well with it and be really successful, all while remaining this like authentic, true, real person. So I was like, okay. Well, no, for
I'm
real
not
though.
her.
No, she's not. No, for real. I was just like, oh my gosh, look at her. She's like not annoying. She's not blowing up my feed with like obnoxious ads. And so just, I don't know, I was just intrigued. I was like, just tell me a little bit about this. And then she told me like her last paycheck, and my husband got on the floor and was like, please sell lip sense. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go for it.
I'm going to find that picture.
Yeah, I'm going to go for it. So I went for it, and I was super nervous at first because I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then we get on there to buy the product, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know anything about makeup. I know a little bit about makeup. I have the subscription to like the Ipsy bag, and like makeup comes in the mail, and I just try to figure it out. And I watch lots of YouTube videos fumbling my way through the world of makeup. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I am not a makeup sales lady. But you know what? The product, like, honestly just sold itself. Like, I have not had to do tons of sell, buy. Like, I tell people what I have in stock, and I get orders, and I show people how to apply it, and I send literature with their order, and people always love it. I've had maybe 1 or 2 questions. Hey, I'm having trouble with streaking, and that's a really easy fix. So like, but I've never had anyone go, I hate this stuff. It's not working for me. I don't like it. So yeah, it's honestly, the product has sold itself. I just love it, and I talk about how much I love it. And then people who buy it also love it. So
how do you feel like your sales have been? Because I've shared with everyone how my sales have basically replaced like my husband's income in about 2 months, like his full-time income. So not all stories are like mine, but how do you feel like your sales are doing? Like,
yeah, I feel really optimistic because I have, we just moved here from Texas. We've been here like since March. And so I know like one person in town besides my mother-in-law, and there's one other person, are the only 2 people I know in the city. So my sales here in Missouri, nothing yet, but Texas is blowing up. From where I just moved from. That sentence didn't make sense. Anyways, from where we just moved, I've had sales like crazy because people know me and know that I'm not going to sell them something I don't believe in.
That you're not the MLM type.
Yeah. And so, my sales for someone who has just moved across states, my sales are really, really, really good. And they've been consistent. So, yeah.
How do you feel like your sales are going with the out of stock issue? Do you feel like that prevents you from doing well? Do you feel like that's like how do you feel about the out of stock issue? Because that's always a big concern for people.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's important that when you recruit that you understand that you know the person who you're recruiting understands the out of stock issue, but at the same time, there's no way you can understand it until you're like in it. And so, and I think for some personality types, it really freaks them out. But for personality types like me, where I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, I remember every time I get on there to order for my stock, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, if this were like an actual storefront, this would be a bloodbath. Like,
you say that every time in our group chat.
I just put the words bloodbath. Like, it's just, it's insane. But I don't know, it's kind of like, I get like a high from it. I'm like, yeah, I got my Aussie Rose. Like,
so when you don't get something or something like sells out before you can get it, like what happens? Like, I've shared what happens like on my end, but what happens if you're like, I missed Aussie Rose? Like, what?
I wait for it to come in stock again. If I have a customer that really wants that color, like I had someone order sand gloss, and I haven't seen that be in stock the entire time I've been on with LipSense, and I just tracked it down with another distributor. And it took a little bit longer, but I was up front with my customer. I said, hey, this is not in stock, but I'm going to track it down for you from another distributor, and I will get it to you. And she waited a couple weeks, and it's ready to go in the mail tomorrow. And she's been really cool and been like, yay, I'm getting my sand gloss, and I'm going to have one of the only ones for right now. Like, I don't know, as long as you're honest with people and with your customers, but, like, people are cool. They're okay with waiting.
Yeah. Do you feel like our team is good about like trading and like helping you or like ordering on each other's behalf? Yeah.
I've gotten 3 colors through trading with girls on my team.
I just texted you that I need to remember to grab Goddess.
Yes.
Because we're trading and I totally forgot that we're trading.
I have Goddess. And you can see my little workspace. It's horrible.
Oh, I haven't seen it
But
yet.
it's really organized.
So do you feel like you're having to push for sales? I know you kind of touched on it already, but I know a lot of women, their concern is they feel like they're going to have to like really, like they're not a salesperson, or it's like out of their comfort zone to like push. Do you feel like you're having to push for sales, or do you feel like they just kind of come to you?
No, I feel like they come to me. I mean, I always carry my business cards with me. And I always wear lipstick every day. One, because it's easy now. It used to be a pain to wear lipstick because you're having to touch it up every day. But I wear it every day, and I love blue red. I wear that. That is like my everyday color, man. I mean, I'm surprised I'm not wearing it today, honestly. But when it's so easy and it stays on all day and you're not having to touch it up, you can wear it every day. So I wear it every day. Someone always comments, oh my gosh, your lips are so pretty. You look so good. And I'm like, thank you. I actually sell this. It's called LipSense. It's really, really cool. It doesn't, it's smudge proof. It's waterproof. And I hand them a business card. And like, I don't know. It's just like, people notice it. Like, it's not hard to sell LipSense, I don't think, because it's just a good product.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of the things people are like, well, I did MLMs for a while, and, I don't want to get into MLMs, and I'm like, you don't understand. Like, it's not like wraps or anything. It's like it's lipstick, or it's just cosmetics. Like, it's just our whole cosmetic line is like bulletproof, and it's just easy to sell.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about our team? Do you feel like compared to other teams, do you feel like there'd be do you feel like, because I always say, I feel like our upline is one of the best uplines with the incentives that they offer, the trainings that they do, the posts that they do, the PDFs, the files, the women on the team. Like, I always talk about how I feel like our team is one of the most solid teams that people can join. How do you feel about our team? Do you agree? Do you feel like what's their weakness? What's their strength?
No, I completely agree. There has not been a question that I've had that isn't answered already somewhere. Even if I don't know where to find it, I've asked her, I'm like, I don't know how to do an online party. And she's like, look, here's a 30-minute mock-up party that's already happening. Like, I mean, the answer is just there, always. I had trouble figuring out how to use the Google Forms. no problem. There was already a video posted on how to send a Google form. Like, I've had no problems. Like, and I have been off Facebook for 2 years, so I've had to relearn everything. I got on there and realized you could like buy, sell, trade, and I was like, that's a thing? You can do that on Facebook now? So anyways, all that to say, I'm having to relearn Facebook and technology in general, and it's come easy to me because my team has been really, really good about sharing information. Even like the littlest details that might be helpful have been out there, been available to me. So
yeah, I feel like we have a super solid team, and that's something I always talk about. Is I feel like we have one of the best teams out there, really. From what I've heard, like I have a group of women that I'm like their upline, even though they're not technically on my downline, that I do support and trainings for, because their upline has just disappeared. And like a lot of the information I pull from our team pages and post on theirs, and they're like, this is amazing. And I'm like, just makes you appreciate our upline that much more. Right. So I love our upline, and I've talked about that a lot. But how do you feel about building a team? Do you feel like that's like something that you should do, that's necessary? Do you feel like that's like out of your comfort zone? Like she has one person on her team. Mm-hmm. So she's already kind of started that process. But as far as like continuing to grow, or like, how do you feel about it?
Well, part of it is like uncomfortable at first, because you're like, I don't know, like this is really good for me. It may not be good for other people, but like it's so good for me. Like, why wouldn't I at least share the information with them? You know, it's, I don't know, if something is working for you, like share it. Like, I mean, moms do that all the time. Like, hey, this diaper brand doesn't give my kid horrible rashes. You should try it.
Can you tell that we're moms?
Yeah. And so, like, if you have good information, share it. And most of the time it works for people. And so, the girl that signed up under me, she did it surely for the discount, which I was totally fine with. And like, I don't know, I'm just happy that she's happy getting a discount on her makeup. She's got two daughters and all her friends and all their moms. So, like, girl is set, you know, which means I am set. So, like, I don't know.
She started with, like, a small order, and then all of a sudden she, like, looked and it was, like, this
exactly.
huge,
her first order was, like, this little bitty thing, and then she sent me, and she was like, I just ordered all this. What do you think? And it was, like, this huge list. I was like, great. Like, I mean, foundation, moisturizer, I mean, everything for, like, her daughters and herself, and it was just, I don't know. I'm like, you're not going to be disappointed. That's what I love, is when someone says, what do you think about this product? I'm like, if it's something I haven't tried, I know someone who has, and they love it. I haven't met anyone that doesn't like one of their products. I just started using the brush cleaner, the tinted moisturizer, the foundation. I'm using the anti-aging because that's what was in stock, and I was like, I'm going to do it. The anti-aging foundation, the white concealer, and the lash sense. And oh my gosh, life-changing.
That's, yeah.
It's like you don't sweat through it. Like, I helped a friend move in, like, the humid Missouri 85-degree awfulness, and my foundation didn't move. I was just amazed. Like, usually I sweat it off in, like, a second. And
what's crazy is the anti-aging is just water, like, resistant, where the regular, like, just make sense foundation is completely waterproof. So it's like,
wow.
Yeah. Look at us trying to sell people and stuff.
Yeah, no, for real.
See, it's just, it sells itself.
It sells itself. You can't stop talking about it because it's so awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
But, so, okay. Well, those are most of the questions that I have gotten. Basically just kind of those, like, I do have one other question that I do get a lot. So, our company has, like, an F with the Better Business Bureau, and I have touched on this with women that I've talked to face-to-face, that I think a lot of those, like, when you go out to dinner and you're like, oh, this is good, like, you don't jump on and give them a 5-star rating, like, most of the time. If you go out to dinner and you have a horrible experience, you're like, I'm giving that restaurant a 1-star. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's like you're more prone to do negative reviews. And I feel like a lot of women, with the out-of-stock issue, and when things, I think this was before you signed on. Before she signed on, there was where if you ordered a product and it was sold out, it wouldn't cut off or pull it from your cart. So then you would go into back order. So then you'd pay for a product and you'd have to wait like a month for them to send it to you. or they'd say, hey, we're going to refund everyone, but then you didn't get a refund and then you get the product later. So they were holding your money and you weren't getting product in return, which was frustrating, but they fixed that. Now it'll shut off and it'll pull it from your cart, which sucks, but I'd rather have it pulled from my cart than have them take my money and not get product. But they got a lot of really bad reviews when that was going on, when things were getting back ordered and they felt like people were like stealing from them, which they have always fulfilled every single order. Or if I've called and been like, I want my money back, they've immediately given me my money back. Everyone I've ever talked to is wonderful. But I'm sure if you call and you're like super pissed off and hateful, they're probably not going to be like, let me help you. They're probably going to not be as nice if you're being horrible to them. So they have all these horrible ratings in the Better Business Bureau. But what do you feel like they're a horrible company? Because that's one of the big things I get is people are like, oh, they have bad reviews. I don't want to work for that company. And I keep trying to explain, it's an amazing company. Like, I love the company. They've always taken care of me. Like, I love it. We're in the growing pains. And
That's
if you can't
say.
Yeah, like if you can't stick it out in the growing pains, then it's like, you're going to come in when it's saturated and you're going to, like, success is not, it doesn't fall in your lap. Like, success doesn't just happen. Usually success is worked for and earned. So it's like, in my opinion, I'd rather be here during the growing pains and deal with it than just kind of come in at the end when everything's figured out. So how do you feel about the company? Do you feel like they deserve an F on the Better Business Bureau?
No, I don't. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of those people that understands that business is going to have growing pains. I have 2 other businesses. I sell vintage clothing on Etsy, and then I do commissioned artwork. And with both of those businesses, I had a slow start and a weird period of just like having to figure things out. And like I remember I sold a skirt that I had accidentally donated once. Like bad and weird and crappy things happen when you're starting a business until you figure out how to solve all your little issues. So, and I think with SeneGence, they have distributors. So they're hiring, real women. First of all, they're providing jobs for women who get to work from home, which I think is amazing. But at the same time, we're like their face. Like no one gets to see the people in the background, the people that are making it happen, and the people who are like putting things into stock and keeping things in stock and working the website. Like, they don't see any of that. We're their face. And so I think it's really important to be supported during like the growing pains and to have like a cheerful attitude even when things are kind of hard. Like, it's not going to be hard forever, and like you're only going to be a better person and a better like sales rep for it, and I don't know, it's taught me to persevere, I guess, and to problem solve and be like, okay, it's out of stock. I'm going to track it down and I'm going to find somebody and I'm going to get sand gloss for this customer. And I don't know, it's just taught me all kinds of communication skills and things about business. Like, I've learned how to run my other 2 businesses by being a part of this one. And so, I don't know, I feel like it's been a really helpful learning experience. It hasn't been like, oh, I win some and I lose some and I learned that lesson. No, it's been like something I can actually, that I'm going to use in everyday life. So, all that to say, no, I don't think they deserve an F, because with the growing pains that they have and with how much product they've sold in this minuscule amount of time that they did, and having to play catch up, I feel like they've like killed it, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I would have been like, okay, I'm done. I'm out of stock. Going out of business. So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of people and a lot of moving parts. And so we kind of have to remember that they're still getting in the flow of things. And even for getting in the flow of things, it runs pretty smoothly.
They're doing really good, I think. With the stock releases, they release like every day. Like, except for the weekends, but like every day. Like, multiple releases, but that changes like day to day. I feel like, how they do it. But okay, cool. Well, again, I just wanted to interview someone and kind of give you someone who's not me, someone else who's on my team who is kind of getting up and running, so you guys could kind of have some of your questions that I get answered from someone else that's not like that's not me, like just a different opinion of things. So you could kind of get some variety. So If you want any of her amazing commissioned artwork, which I love, you guys, and she's doing like fundraisers that are going to fund their adoption, and all kinds of her clothing is so adorable. So what are your shops? What's your email?
You can, for custom artwork, you can email singzionSingArt@gmail.com. Or you can go to Sing Zion Sing Artworks on Instagram to see some of my projects and see what I'm working on. And I will always,
super talented, you guys.
Thank you. I will always post links to the eBay. That's how I've been raising money for our adoption, is listing artwork, original signed framed artwork for auction on eBay.
Come bid against me. That's
yeah.
fun. I like bidding.
I dare you.
I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah. And then on Etsy, you can find my upcycle shop. It's TXK Upcycle on Etsy.
And I will link them in the description so that you guys can find them. If you want to join her team, find her on Instagram. I will tag her Instagram as well, the lip.sensei. So if you want to join her team, she's awesome. We're like the meme queens. We just send each other memes. It's a lot of fun to talk to her. She's a blast. So
GIFs.
yeah.
GIFs.
So it's like,
what is it?
Yeah.
Is it a GIF or a GIF?
Giphy.
Giphy.
Giphy. Yeah, we're
old.
young. So I will link all of her information, you guys, if you want to join her team, if you want to talk with her, if you want to get more information from her, we want to get some artwork, support a good cause, or buy some really freaking cute clothes. I will link all that in the description. You guys, my email, foreverflawlesslips@gmail.com. You guys know how to find me. Every single video. If you're interested in joining our team, either one.
One of us.
Either one. We're both like the same person, so whatever.
Yeah,
join her team. Go sign up under her. She's awesome. But yeah, thanks for watching, you guys.